Okay. Let's see if we can close this little Jing window here. Doesn't look like it. Okay, there we go. This is part 2 of working on Mary Chase Stratton's alkaline glaze in hyperglaze. So we're going to get rid of the photo booth window again. Here we are, back at it. We have come through here and discovered that we need even more magnesia and cut down the calcia. Now we're going to calculate the container glass and see what happens. Doing that takes care of all of the KNAO, and that really is Jim Dandy, because it is the hard nut to crack in this. And so now we can do things. We can take EPK and get rid of the alumina. And you see that runs us a little bit over on the KNAO. And then we can take, I was going to use wolastanite and see what happens. Okay, that leaves us with just a little tiny bit of MgO there. And then we could add silica. Okay, this is great, except that we're a little over on the MgO, we're a little bit under on this. We're going to clear the amounts. And then we're going to put in, we're going to say just use 0.99 of the amount of container glass you want. We'll see if we can't come a little bit closer. Calculate. Okay, everything is great but the MgO. So we're going to clear the amounts. We're going to move just a little bit of MgO up into the calcium oxide. And calculate again. And bingo, we're as close to dead on as we can expect. We're a tiny little bit over on the alumina, but that's not enough. We don't have anywhere near the tolerance in our analyses to do that. So I've got this thing. Now I can take it and I can change it over to a batch glaze. And here it is as a batch glaze. Mostly container glass. It's got enough EPK that it should be able to float even our homemade ground up container glass. Tiny little bit of wolastanite. I'm hesitant to get rid of it because it does diversify the fluxes a little bit. And silica. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to get it into a glaze formula, and I'm going to come over here to the glaze recipe, and I am, oh no, that's not how we do it here. I'm remembering the old version. Okay, we go back here, we go to go, glaze calculator, and then we have to send it. Most everything else in this program you have to get it from the other thing, but here we send the recipe to glazes. Okay, and so now we're over in glazes, and I'm going to say D1.2 because I have a couple of versions over here. And I don't like testing all these little amounts on a glaze where I'm not sure if it's going to work. This one I'm going to round up to 64. This one I'm going to round up to 28. This one I'm going to round up to 2.8. This should become, we're going to make it 2. 6472. How come we're not ending up at 100% here? 6472. Something is really wrong. So let's try doing this again. We're over here. Yeah, it's 27. Okay. 28. Missed something. 28. 64 and 28 is 92. 94. This needs to be 6. Okay. Glaze. Calculate. It's not a matte. Probably no. And here we have it. We can test this glaze and see what it looks like. It's really nice and highly alkaline. I want to see how it works, but I'm also interested in seeing how copper looks in it. So I'm going to put enough copper carbonate in there to find out what kind of color I get. And we're going to give it a test.